Ladies and Gretches. Yes, well, I said that for a particular reason, and that is because tonight we are going to fit some strings to a Gretsch which has a Bigsby. And whilst they're not terribly difficult, there are a couple of little hints and tricks to get you through restringing your Bigsby equipped instrument. So let's see what's going on. So this, as those of you in the know and aficionados of Brian Setzer's work, you will see that this is in fact the Brian Setzer, what do they call them? Tribute Gretsch guitar, and we will hopefully get this reviewed at the weekend. The strings have probably been on for quite some time and they are pretty dead. And so we'll just have a look at how to make your string change for a Bigsby easy. So first, let's have a look at what we've got. So we have got, of course, a single bar Bigsby. The ones I've done before, I've got the sort of under and over thing, or over and under systems, but this has just got the single bar, so it should be fairly straightforward. It's also equipped with Spurzel, can we see these? Spurzel locking tuners. Locking tuners are, they're great, they are great. Probably, you know, not exactly necessary, but they do make string changes pretty easy. The way a locking tuner works is, well, basically there's a screw that has a piston and a clamp, and when your string goes through the capstan, then you just crop the thing off at the appropriate spot and tighten it up. Only needs a tiny amount of pressure on the little thumb wheel there, and it locks the strings in. So you don't have to do all the winding. It's a bit of a first world thing, I think you'll find. So anyways, let's have a look, see what we've got to do. So with your locking tuner, I mean, it really is, it couldn't be easier. So here's our bottom E string. Wrong way. So we detension it first. Okay. Turn the thumb wheel, which releases the grip on the string. Remove the string. Really, really easy. Okay. So what I would point out is that the received knowledge and preferred method of doing this is to do it one string at a time, like you would with a Floyd Rose. Although that probably isn't quite so necessary with a Bigsby, although it does mean that you probably need 3 hands. But otherwise, now, first of all, I would say that I've checked the neck relief, I've had the fret rocker on the frets, and everything is perfect. I've had a few Gretches before, and I found even the Chinese ones are just so well made, and they've always had the most fabulous lowest action of any other guitar that I've come across. So if you want something with breathtakingly, I mean, and really breathtakingly low action that has no buzzing or choking, can't go wrong with a Gretsch, gotta tell you. Right, let's crack on. Tools that you'll need for this operation. Well, there's a set of strings. This is going to get treated to a set of 1942 and a ball sacks, and the only reason that I've got a string winder here is because this particular string winder, I don't even know what to make it is, and it's really good. I've had it for years. No, don't know. And the only reason that we have a string winder, because it isn't necessary for winding the strings, because we've got the locking tuners. The only reason I'm using this is for the clipping action. This has an excellent clipper. The other thing that I will need is scissors, but that's only to open the pack of strings. And what you will need is a pair of either, well, any pair of pliers will be fine, or you can just use your thumb and forefinger, because what we do need to do is bend the string and give it this, get my head out of the way, and give it this curl so that it stays on the roller here without falling off. Generally speaking, to be honest, I still hold it on my thumb while I'm pulling it through the capstan. Let's see how that happens. And yes, so then of course just tune it up to pitch. Like I say, I'm slightly confused why people would recommend that you do it one string at a time. Because obviously if there's any work that you need to do on the neck, if you want to polish the frets or clean the fretboard for that matter, then you want to take them all off. And Bigsby's are not like your, well, they are floating, to be fair, but they're not floating in the same way as a Floyd Rose type trem, where when you do take all the strings off, you lose all the balance of the trem and what have you. But even then, once you wind the strings on, they soon return to the correct level of straightness. So let's carry on and do all those, and then we'll come back and have a look at the finished product. Tell you what, just for a laugh, let's see what happens if I don't use the pliers to curl the string. Let's see how that goes. See down here, I'm finally learning to use the zoom on this, which I'm just so hopeless. Right, so can we see? Yes, we can. So if I just put this under here and try and fiddle it onto that little post and bend it round, keeping a tension on it, thread it through the hole, which is roughly in the okay, so tension held, locking thing tightened, time it to pitch. Yeah, seems to me it doesn't really make that much difference. So, whatever you think is best. Right, let's carry on. So I've done the first four, and I've got to say, I did the first four in just under 3 minutes. From my experience then, with the locking tuners and this system, I did just try doing it freestyle, if you like, without bending the end. And certainly I would say that bending the end makes a lot of sense. It just makes it seat more efficiently, and it just makes it slightly easier. Otherwise you're fiddling about pushing the thing back into place as you're winding. So definitely the end bending with your pliers is, or finger and thumb, I've done it both ways, is best. So we're down to the last two. Let's have a look at the B string, which I've just removed. The other thing that I might mention is that when you're taking the string off here, it's probably just slightly easier if you make sure that the string hole, the capstan hole, is in line with the, or roughly in line with the nut, and then you're not fiddling about with it after the event to get it right. It's not a deal breaker, it's not a big deal, but certainly that would be a decent idea. So let's have this in. I will need these because I'm as blind as a bat. Typical. All the others, all the others have just gone straight on. I might end up showing you the E string instead of this. So there we go. That's nice and easy. So I'm keeping that tension up there, and we're threading through the capstan, right, all the while keeping that tension on, and then locking the string into place. Make sure it's in the, obviously in the bridge slot. I'm actually now feeling confident enough to nip this off. Oh dear, you know, pride does go before a fall. Lovely. 5 out of 6. Right, I'll do the last one and then we'll have a look. Yeah, so with the thinner strings, certainly finger and thumb, I should think. Because, I'll tell you why. Because we don't want to risk any of this skinny stuff unravelling here. So I should think. But, and that is very, very easy to do. Mm-hmm. In the capstan aperture, make sure we're in the saddle. That little clip. Snap. Wow. Yeah, okay, I admit it, locking tuners do make string changes more easy. They don't prevent your guitar, just make no mistake about this, they don't prevent your guitar from going out of tune. They're only, as far as I can gather, their only intended purpose is just to clamp the string in place and make your string changes easier. So I'm going to tune this up and then we'll just have a quick listen to it. So in conclusion, certainly what I would say is that I am now a locking tuner convert, because this makes string changes an absolute breeze. And although we will run fully through the specs and whatnot at the weekend on this, what I'd have to say is that it actually even sounds terrific, just acoustically. This is nice to play. That is a beautiful guitar, and you should, you know, you should get to know your own guitar and do as much work on it as you feel comfortable with. You know, I mean, there are some things that people probably won't be ready to do, you know, like fret leveling and crowning and filing and that kind of thing, and that's fine. But certainly string changes and a bit of a clean-up, you should be doing those yourself, and because the more that you get to know your guitar, you kind of, I know it sounds odd, but you kind of bond with it. But this is a quality instrument, but more of that at the weekend. So thanks all ever so much for watching, folks, and I'll see you very soon. Adios amigos. Ta-ra.